back again with My Hero Academia, this time season 3, episode 24. Yeah, last episode, I do not know how they can possibly top last episode where we had the fight between Midoriya and Bakugo, and Bakugo came out on top. Yeah, round 1 went to Midoriya in season 1 and round 2 went to Bakugo. So, I can only imagine what happens next time those two fight, although I don't know if they'll properly fight with the same level of intensity next time, because now it looks like most of the animosity has gone between them, especially on Bakugo's end. But yeah, now Bakugo finally knows the secret about All for One. Well, One for All, he knows the secret. Yeah, they've become healthy rivals now. I'm not expecting them to be friends, but they're healthy rivals now. It's no longer like a bully and his victim kind of dynamic now. It's two people on a similar level trying to make each other better. So now because Bakugo won that last fight, now Midoriya's got to level up and possibly win the next fight. That was a very, very good episode. A lot of emotion behind it as well, finding out how Bakugo feels about him feeling guilty because he thought he was the reason that All Might lost his power. So yeah, a lot of emotion coming from Bakugo last episode and a hell of a character development. And now it looks like with that last end credit scene, they're also, well, Bakugo is giving Midoriya tips on how to fight. So I wonder if we're going to see more of that in this episode. But I really like this new dynamic and I want to see where it goes. Because it's something completely different. Like, obviously, those two, it's like two new characters being introduced to each other, even though although they've been connected since the first episode. But it's like a whole new dynamic between them, and I want to see how that works out. So, yeah, let's just not waste any more time and get into season 3, episode 24 of the penultimate episode of season 3 of My Hero Academia, starting now.
They think they're such good, decent citizens.
Who is this guy?
And what about me?
He's like an older Bakugo.
I do every day.
You're doing something special.
I'm staring out my window and people watching while having my morning cigarettes.
And then the fun begins.
Who is that?
The biggest change for regular folks is the new number 1. Endeavor. Not quite the same as All Might. He's not the type that everyone loves.
No.
It's not that I don't like Endeavor. I just can't help but compare him to All Might. And you know, that's kind of a lot for any hero to live up to, right?
Yeah, he's not really a cuddly person. More like an average guy pretending to play the hero.
He is a superhero.
Through circumstances beyond his control, he's inherited a
Moogle.
he's totally unsuited for.
Holy crap! Now it's too easy, and ain't nobody gonna stop me now.
Villains.
Yo, hurry up!
Whoa.
Look at this idiot! You're facing the Reservoir Dogs. Don't you forget the name.
No, I won't forget the name because I've heard it before.
Red light.
I know where he is.
No, I don't. You can't keep pulling this crap.
Right.
I know.
Okay, then. Caught you at a bad time.
It's twice.
Stuff, huh?
What the hell are you? Your face makes me want to puke.
Keep looking at me like that and I'll kill you.
Pity. You're not winning. Stay down. You make good fuel. Allow my flames to consume.
Damn, Dabby.
Good. Once I'm wrapped up, I'm home.
I was not expecting an episode about
Here's
twice.
the story. I made my clones do everything. I was a king ruling over them. But the other me's weren't satisfied with that, and they put together a little coup. I was almost killed by myself. This absurd self-mutilation continued for 9 days. Can you imagine that? In the end, they killed each other and disappeared. All gone. Never since then, I haven't been sure that I'm the real me. How could I be after all the madness? We're all wackos looking for a place we belong.
Whoa, whoa.
Chief Keegan, You guys aren't well. What you need is a cure.
We got the money. We should skedaddle before any heroes get here, yeah? Overhaul.
They're all sick. Every last one of them.
I heard a little rumor about Class 1A.
Oh man.
2 people! You had 2 people fail the licensing exam, you losers! Every one of us passed. We've pulled ahead of you, big shots.
No.
I'm sorry.
We'll have classes together this semester. Doesn't that sound like it'll be fun?
Yes, it does.
Do it.
Save your chit-chat for later.
Shinzo!
The hallways.
Sure that's the same guy? Looks like he's bulked up a bit since then.
Yeah. Now that I look at him, yeah.
It's the adorable small mammal you all know and love, the principal. If you're looking for a successor, there's no place overflowing with more raw talent than UA High School. And trust me, I'm not saying this without a few students in mind. I have no doubt that someone worthy of your power walks the halls of our fine school.
Now we'll hear from you. Right? As you just heard, there were students fighting last night. I know you're not used to life in the dorms, but let's all be a little more respectful moving forward.
Midoriya and Bakugo were doing well, but now they're being treated as problem children.
It was a couple of first years who were fighting. 2 boys from Class 1A. Isn't that a scoop? Hey, do you know them? They must get excited.
Really?
Who is that guy?
This semester you'll have even harsher training than before.
Can't mean that, right?
Like to share, Ashido?
Spicy stares back.
I've never heard the term hero work studies before.
To put it simply, it's work outside of class. Like the internships you did at pro-hero agencies before, only closer to the real thing.
Huh. I never heard about these.
The increased activity of villains, we're currently exploring the idea that you could participate in work studies as well. We'll explain more about the work study positions and what that program entails at a later date. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mike.
First period is English. In other words, it's jam time. Been an age since I stood on this stage. You miss me? We've got a lot to cover today. Let's get rolling with it. You dig?
Cool.
Excuse me, but what is with this dust, Bakugo?
Deku was supposed to do that. Shut up! Hey, can't you even play something right, you idiot?
Sorry.
It was just one day. I've been completely left behind. That's what you're thinking, right, house arrest?
Hey, don't call me that, it's me! Ida, what's a work study?
Something I can't tell you about. The teachers have forbidden us from giving you any details about our classes.
I hate this. Falling behind. I can't slow down now.
Trash, am I right? What are you doing? You know you can just throw away the food trays with the burnables, don't you?
Fuck.
So you must be that excitable first year, aren't you? I bet that was a freaky surprise for you. I'm sorry about that. Gotta admit, I did pop up here because I thought you'd be shocked, though.
What in the world are you?
Not a bad question there, my friend. Don't worry, you're gonna find out who I am soon enough. I'm just glad it looks like you've got a fighting spirit. You see, the truth is that people are talking about you, so I came to see what the fuss was about.
I suggest you listen carefully as they point out how work studies differ from internships. These 3 are third years at UA. They rank at the very top of our student body. You may know them as the Big 3.
Oh. Okay. Any time for an end credit scene? I don't think so. No. Okay. As I suspected, this episode may be lower on the rankings than the previous one. Definitely, because the last episode was just that good. Okay. This was an information dump episode rather than an action episode. Is it better than episode 11? Definitely not. Is it better than the last episode? Definitely not. Was it better than the episode where all of Class 1A rallied together at the end? No. Was it better than the episode where Aizawa had that amazing speech about Midori and Bakugo? No. Was it better than episode 10? What was in episode 10? Well, it was an all for one episode, so no, it might not be above that. Episode 9. It might be just lower than episode 9. Yeah. Oh no. It's probably going to be better than the... It's probably not going to be better than the 1,000,000% episode as well. So this goes just below the 1,000,000% episode. So 24 goes below episode 4, but above episode 22. So, yeah, a decent episode. Once again, all that's just in my opinion, and honestly I don't even know if I'm right at this point. I don't even know if I'd change anything around. Maybe I would, but I'm just not going to because it's too much hassle. So, yeah, okay. At the beginning of this episode, we started off with like a solid 5 or 10 minutes. No, 5 minutes. I don't know. It was pretty much an episode 2 halves. We focused on the villain side in the first half, and then we went back to UA for the second half. So pretty much the first half of the episode was about we were following this guy, didn't know who he was, never seen his face before. He sounded like a proper moper. I thought he was like a downtrodden Bakugo from the future or something. But he was hearing voices in his head. Well, one voice in his head, and eventually we learned that it was Twice. So, nice to see a bit more of Twice besides the weird villain that we've seen so far. Nice to see a bit more of him, get a hold of his mental state. He's got multiple personalities, and he struggles with it definitely. But yeah, we also got a glimpse of how certain villains are doing. We saw a clip of Magna, we saw a clip of Spinner. Sounds like they're all scattered to avoid suspicion. And we also got a little clip of Dabby just literally roasting a bunch of guys alive. So yeah, Dabby, cold-blooded killer. Haven't seen him actually kill anyone yet. And even then, it was only at the end of season 2 that he was introduced, and at that point he hadn't really done anything illegal. He just believed a lot in Stain's words. But now, he's full on killing people. He's descended fast. But he's damn cool. I'm glad I put these 3 out. Because obviously the first half was about the villains, really. We didn't see Toga and we didn't see Shigaraki. But yeah, I'm glad I put those 3 out. Oh, we got the backstory on Twice as well. He can create clones, and then he can create clones of himself, and then those clones can create clones. So I assume that whoever he makes a clone, well, obviously whoever he makes a clone of can use the quirk as well, because at the beginning of the season, at the attack on camp, he made a clone of Dabby who could use the fire. So obviously his clones can use the quirks. And so he just made a whole gang of himself to just live his life, to just serve on him, to just wait on him every moment. But obviously, when you create clones of yourselves, they behave and feel exactly how you do. So eventually they just got tired, and turned on him, and they all just started wondering who was the real one, who was the original one. Even the Twice that we have doesn't know if he's the original clone. He doesn't know if he's the original or if he's one of the clones, but eventually they all just killed each other. We don't know. Maybe the original one was killed in that fight when they all killed each other. We have no idea. We also had people raining hate on Endeavour, sort of, just continuously pointing out the fact that he's no replacement for All Might. We had a little incident where we saw how it was basically a rundown of how things are going. Basically, a villain robs a store, he tries getting away with it, a hero tries to stop him, and then other villains pop up and take the hero down, and the villains escape. So yeah, it was a bit of showing that villains have started to team up and get stronger, because the deterrent of All Might being there is gone now. So yeah, villains are getting a bit bolder. Twice saw something, and we saw something for the first time, about those same villains. What happened to them? I just saw body parts of them thrown about the place, and in the middle of them was this guy, well, this gang with these beak masks, and it looks like the one who wasn't wearing a mask. Well, he was wearing a mask, but you could see his face and hair. his eyes and hair, you could see it. And one of them called him Overhaul. So I imagine we're going to see a bit more of him, but then again, there's only one episode left of this season, so if we see him in next episode, I wouldn't be surprised, but I imagine he's going to be something to focus on next season, maybe? Because you don't give an introduction like that and not have him be a big deal. So, yeah. But after that, it was the halfway point, and then we went back to UA. And of course, 1A runs into Monoma. Who cannot help but glow. Yay, all of Class 1B passed the provisional exams. Hang on. Didn't they say that... When they were training for the provisional exams, didn't they say that there's like one in the earlier of the year and then one in September? How much time has passed? I mean, Twice did say that 2 weeks have passed. Yeah, the timeline's all fucked up. Just those two exams were supposed to be very separate from each other, like months and months apart. And yet, 1B has passed theirs. I'm not gonna bother trying to make sense of it, but something that was interesting, 1A and 1B are going to be having classes together soon. I am very interested in that. I want that. Because Class 1B is the one thing that I feel like we haven't properly explored yet. I want to see more of Class B. We've had glimpses of them doing good stuff in the past. Obviously, Monoma, as annoying as he is, it's also entertaining. We've also had moments with Kendo and Tetsu in the summer camp part where they took out Mustard, so that's good. So yeah, it looks like we also got sort of introduced to another one, but she had the horns. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, it looks like she's an exchange student. She may not know a lot. I mean, they're speaking English, but it's obviously meant to be Japanese. And Monoma is basically telling her what to say because she can't understand the language quite well. Mate. We also saw a little glimpse of Shinzo making his first appearance since the sports festival. It's been a while since we saw Shinzo, and like either Kaminari or Kirishima said, he has bulked up a bit, so yeah, I am very interested in seeing more of Shinzo and Class B in the future. I'm very excited. After that, little meeting with all the students and the principal talking, and we got a glimpse of another teacher called Hound Dog. I don't know what he's about, but yeah, basically he just got... I think he let go of himself a bit and he just started roaring. I don't know what the hell he meant, but yeah. Basically, it was we're talking about work studies, everything that's going on with the League of Villains, and students fighting on the grounds. They didn't say Bakugo Midoriya by name, but that's obviously who they're talking about. Yeah, so basically we found out about work studies. It's kind of like internships. They're kind of like the internships. Yeah, it's work experience. And yeah, something that struck me as interesting. Very interesting. I mean, a lot of stuff in this show strikes me as interesting, but one thing I was thinking of, we got a flashback between All Might and Nezu, and Nezu was saying that among the students, surely there was one who could inherit All Might's power and was worthy of it. And it showed the back of a certain student who we saw again later on. It was that guy, third year student. He's got these weird little eyes, and is he phasing? Is like his power phasing? Can he move through objects? It looks like it, because he had a little moment with Midoriya, and then we saw him again at the end. He's part of the big three in the school. Like, they're third year students, so they're the best in the They're best in the top. They're the best of the best, basically. Third year, so they have the most experience and the top of their classes. So these three are the top of the chain. And that's where the episode ended. So I imagine we're going to see more of those three next episode. Yeah, this is going to be fun. So yeah, what is it now? It's nearly 10 o'clock, so I think I'm just going to watch a couple of reactions to this episode and then I'm going to move into the finale. But for now, that is all we've got for this week of My Hero Academia. Until next time, we are over and out. Bye!